long weekend, but we finally reached the moment everyone's been waiting for. Just a few more minutes and the race will start.
Traditionally speaking, motorcycle games have never had the same love and attention as their four-wheeled counterparts have. Primarily because motorcycles are incredibly complex machines. Between rider balance, bike balance, lane angles, front and rear braking and gear changes, just to name a few things, motorcycles are clearly a daunting task to try and simulate on a keyboard or in a controller, and they don't really have the peripherals to account for this either. Now because of this, they tend to be much harder to sit down and play compared to their car racing games, or on the flip side, focused more on arcade style controls and physics. MotoGP 2022 lands on the simulation side of that coin, replicating the real-life MotoGP 22 event calendar, bikes and riders for fans of the sport to ride along with and experience in the comfort of their living rooms, and in that aspect, MotoGP 2022 succeeds. But if it were that simple, this review would be a lot shorter, so let's dig into it. In regards to the graphics, the motorcycles are all well detailed and accurate to their real-life counterparts. The racetracks are brightly coloured and vivid, however, low detail in spots with plenty of low-quality 2D trees and audience members, creating an overall dated look. I also couldn't help but notice a weird graphical glitch where my motorcycle's visor and sometimes the wheels would fade into oblivion with no real defining edge, regardless of time, day, weather effects or lighting, and I found this quite distracting as I was playing. Talking about gameplay now, the career mode is great, and I had plenty of fun managing my team, securing contracts, upgrading my motorcycles, and navigating around the MotoGP season. I can imagine fans of the sport would probably feel the same way. However, I did find the rider AI incredibly lacking, with riders often not reacting to my presence at all. In fact, it's almost like they didn't even know I was on the track, which I believe to be the case, and if it wasn't for the rewind feature, I would spend countless hours upon hours restarting races thanks to someone riding straight into the back of me or just slamming into the side of me on a corner. Now, newcomers to the motorcycle simulator genre will also find great relief in the riding age, which allow you to tailor the experience to your individual skill levels and can be adjusted on the fly as you get better and better at the game. Outside of career mode, there really isn't a lot on offer, with championship mode being the career mode just without the career part. Although MotoGP 2022 does have an online mode and a split screen mode, which is very welcome, even on the PC version. Now, I was upset at the lack of a quick race mode, which it can be replicated by navigating through the menus and changing race settings, but that's counterintuitive, and this really should have just been an option on the main menu. And while music isn't the focus of a game like this, sound definitely plays a very important part, and I'm very happy to say the motorcycles sound good. With engines screeching at high RPMs down the straights, the game's sound design often makes up for a rather sterile racing experience. All in all, MotoGP 22 is a decent entry point for newcomers of the genre and fans of the sport itself. With clever and intuitive rider aids, it's the type of game I could see my father getting into, managing his team through the career mode, meticulously taking his time during the roughly 5 hours of pre-race warm-ups the game allows you, changing up suspension and tyre settings, and pushing everything he can to shave inches off of his lap times to maintain first place on the grid, and having a really fun time doing so. But for us more experienced players or motorcycle enthusiasts, MotoGP 22 sadly plays it too safe, with sterile, flat-textured racetracks and very little variation between the different motorcycles. There just isn't a lot to offer for those who aren't massive fans of MotoGP as a sport that the other motorcycle simulators already do, and in most cases, better. And for that reason, I'm scoring MotoGP a 6.5 out of 10. If you want to see my full review for MotoGP 22, head on over to nichegamer.com, and if you want more previews, gaming news and reviews, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss out. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, there will be links posted down below for that too. You've been listening to Manaya for nichegamer.com.